SCP-4733. But not forgotten. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Person of Interest 1851's apartment has been purchased by the Foundation. SCP-4733-1 instances, with the exception of SCP-4733-1E and SCP-4733-2, have all been relocated to standard safe class storage containers. The room containing Nora has been temporarily sealed until the limits of its amnestic resistance can be determined. Description: SCP-4733 is the collective designation of several anomalous items and phenomena found in the apartment of Person of Interest 1851, Professor A.W., a known parapsychologist and para-engineer active during the Victorian era until his death in 1914. SCP-4733-1 are assemblages of various communication, automotive, thaumaturgic, and clockwork technology, along with assorted household utensils. SCP-4733-1 are capable of transcribing or visualizing a user's memories with varying degrees of success and accuracy. Footnote 1. Method of use varies between instances. Many of these devices have key components visibly missing and are thus non-functional or exhibit residual anomalous effects. SCP-4733-1A is primarily composed of a finger prick, a roll of parchment paper, several bottles of ink, and a system of gearing and chain drives, partially contained in a metal covering. Several components such as the top covering have been removed. Once blood has made contact with the finger prick, SCP-4733-1A will begin to rapidly write onto the parchment paper, which will begin to slide out of a slot on the front cover. Whilst the typography of SCP-4733-1A is commonly illegible, legible sections show this to be a rough transcription of the subject's current thoughts. SCP-4733-1B is a thaumaturgically modified telegraphone internally connected to several glass canisters containing varying amounts of an unknown, colorless liquid. Attached to these canisters are cables leading into the receiver of the device. Activating the device while listening into the receiver causes additional liquid to run from an unknown source in the receiver and into the canisters, along with temporary effects similar to short-term memory loss in the listener. Once in the canisters, the liquid will begin to flow and distort into various scenes vaguely resembling memories of the subject. SCP-4733-1C is a valve on a wooden base connected to an outwardly extending light fixture via wiring. Turning the valve on SCP-4733-1C counterclockwise whilst recollecting memories relating to the idea of marriage causes the light to illuminate green. SCP-4733-1D is a modified brass cooking pot hung over a fire containing a highly elastic alchemical mixture of vinegar, mercury, human blood, and an unidentified compound. The mixture is partially fused to the interior of the pot, making removal impossible without damaging the device. Several pieces of rubber tubing are attached to the pot through small holes, with each leading to a glass bottle filled with similarly elastic mixtures of various color. Physical contact with this substance causes intense disorientation, along with permanent anterograde amnesia. After making physical contact with the subject, the liquid inside SCP-4733-1D will begin to vocalize heavily encrypted and garbled transcriptions of recent memories by the subject. SCP-4733-1E is a telephone kiosk attached to complex thaumaturgic clockwork systems and a metal head cap. SCP-4733-1E contains the corpse of Person of Interest 1851. SCP-4733-1E is affixed to the floor, with the corpse of Person of Interest 1851 anomalously adhered to the interior of SCP-4733-1E. SCP-4733-1E appears to have been rendered non-functional upon its initial activation, making its purpose unknown. SCP-4733-2 is a liquid composed primarily of the powdered petals of Myosotis scorpioides flowers. Footnote 2. commonly known as scorpion grass or forget-me-nots, and high concentrations of mercury and water, initially contained in a broken glass medicine bottle labeled "Thank Ye Stay in Bryan Medicine" by Dado. Upon recovery, SCP-4733-2's container was atop a large stack of paper advertisements reading "Dado Rat Care Business," along with the mailing address. Footnote 3. This mailing address does not appear to exist, and approximately 11% of SCP-4733-2 was remaining within the bottle. Ingesting SCP-4733-2 causes temporary resistance to memory-nullifying phenomena, particularly affecting memories considered significant by the individual. Continued ingestion of SCP-4733-2 will increase the resistance factor of these memories, but will cause the user to have trouble recalling specific details of the memories, along with memories not considered as significant. Lying on the floor of Person of Interest 1851's apartment is Nora. Nora is unable to be described in any fashion that does not compare it directly to Nora or through non-conventional means. Information directly relating to Nora is unable to be forgotten through any means. Information has resisted large dosages of amnestics and has persisted in individuals diagnosed with anterograde amnesia. Addendum. Within the months leading up to Person of Interest 1851's death, Person of Interest 1851 contacted various anomalous and non-anomalous chemists, doctors, and engineers in order to find assistance in the creation of SCP-4733-1 instances. After a short investigation, 3 individuals with close contact to Person of Interest 1851 before his death were located and interrogated. The following are logs from these interviews. Interviewer, Researcher Adrian Mayer. Interviewed, Orville Glenn. Forward. Glenn is a well-known engineer within European communities. Upon further investigation, it was found that Glenn was heavily affiliated with other anomalous communities. Begin log. Mayor. Hello again. Glenn. I don't know what else you want from me. I fessed up already. Not all of it from what I see. Huh? The hell are you on about? Well, we know of your, escapades of sorts with one AW. Oh, him. He's just a bloody loon, that's all. Any more of a loon and he'd have feathers. Kept coming to me with his nutty ideas. Didn't think he was really of note. Fair. Well, could you tell me about him? Anything? Well, I don't really know much about him. He just appeared at my home one day and went on blabbing about his wife and what have yous. Plopped down a bunch of crummy sketches of some fancy telegraphone with tubes. Tried to keep a straight face through most of his blubbering. I sold him some scrap I had in my shed and shooed him away after a while. Was that the last you heard from him? No, unfortunately enough. Next day he came back with more prints and parts. Tried to show me his lighting fixture he'd built for his wife or something. I kicked him out after he said he needed help getting a phone booth. Next day, I read up on a missing booth on First Street in the paper. Odd, ain't it? That matches up with what we found. So that was him. You said he talked about his wife a lot. Ah, well, yeah. I think she might have divorced him. Wanted to get her back, he said. Pretty sad if you think about it that way, I guess. Could you tell us about this wife of his? Did he ever say what she looked like or anything? I don't recall. Gosh, he talked about the miss a lot. I guess she was just that dull. Can't remember a thing. Alright, that will be all for now. Wait, are you saying she ain't even real? Well, now that's really sad. We really aren't sure at the moment. You may return to your holding cell. End log. Interviewer, Researcher Adrian Mayer. Interviewed, Isaac Jekaterina. Forward. Jekaterina is a well-known doctor and psychologist in the Russian Empire. Begin log. Mayor. Alright, so do you know or have been in contact with a man by the name of A.W.? Jekaterina. Yes, A.W. We spoke too many times. Well, about what? Ah, many things. He want to bring back wife, he say. Odd but nice man. Wife is dead, I assume? We aren't quite sure. How was he going to bring back his wife? He show me many device. He say, if he can remember her well, device can bring her back. He asked me many questions about memory and brain, trying make him remember her better. Don't know how you forget wife, but What all did you tell him about that then? Not much. He wanted all of this for free. Ah, did he look strapped for cash to you? Poor man looked like he had no sleep for days. Could tell he was losing it. I referred him to friend of mine instead. Who would that be? Fellow named Dado. The D is lowercase. Where did you know Dado from? You know Dado too? Ah, such a lovely man. There was outbreak of smallpox once in Farmtown. Many children and women fell ill. Dado contacted me through letter, saying he was informed of smallpox. I was the only doctor in town, so I accepted help. Few days go by and crate of medicine lands on doorstep. Cured everyone. Miracle he was. And there were no side effects? No. All cured? No becoming small? Nothing? I do not understand. They were cured. Nothing bad. Few sneezed more often, though. Wait. Okay. What happened after you told W about Dado? He write name and mail number down and leave. Thanked me. Well, okay then. Anything else you'd like to add about him? Not that I can remember. Can I leave? End log. Interviewer, Researcher Adrian Mayer. Interviewed, Person of Interest 984, Alexander Katen. Forward. Katen is a known thaumaturge who was taken into Foundation custody under unrelated circumstances. Begin log. Mayor. Morning, Katen. That's Grand Warlock Katen to you. I have earned this title over the years. I deserve... Yes, you've told me this already. A wise man once said, a message not learned is a message not heard. You know who that wise man was? No. Me. I am the wise man. Therefore, I deserve the title of Grand Warlock. Well, fine. Have you been in contact with the man by the name of A.W.? Ah, yes. Wondrous engineer. Tried to pick up alchemy too. Alchemy? Any reason? The poor soul. Erased his wife from existence as you do. He came to me sometime in the night. If I hadn't known any better, I would have mistaken him for some sort of vagrant. Wait. What? You said he, erased his wife? Oh, yes, he definitely did. Simple erasing stuff, magic scissors, yada yada, all that. You've probably dealt with this stuff before. Well, I definitely haven't. Could you tell me more? As the wise man in the house, this isn't a house. I can definitely tell you more. You see, his wife got tired of him, met up with some other man, and got all mad, so... Well, you can fill in the rest. Unless you need the Grand Warlock Katen to piece it all to... No, I get it. Don't worry. So, he came to you to erase her with this alchemy? Oh, so you don't get it. I may be the wise man, but you are, the lies man. Yes. Well, to answer your question, no, he came to bring her back. I think I realized that completely erasing someone from existence for having an affair is a slight, overreaction. He needed to remember her himself, so he tried to get me to make something for him. What did you make? Oh, well, a whole lot of nothing. Wanted all my expensive material for a couple pounds. Told him to find someone else. Oh, you know if he did? Kinda worried for him. I'm not at the liberty to tell you that. Come on. Anyone you tell me, I've probably had a cup of tea with. Well, Actually, he was in contact with someone. You were found. No, not him. A would have never resorted to him. You're talking about an individual known as Dado, correct? Don't even say his name. I can see straight through his disguise, his false quirks. That's what all good capitalists do. Every single time. They start off all impeccable, never cutting corners, getting only the best of products. Gives them a good name. Then, over the years, they start to slip, but nobody cares. They're already loved and respected. You're getting off course here. We're not here to discuss. You probably don't even know what his name means. All non-capitals and various ancient tribes mean under, as in hell or the underworld. Dad obviously means father or some sort of paternal sense. And the O? Oh, well, we should really get back to the topic at He is an otherworldly father of capitalism, damn it. Sir. All right, fine. What do you want again? A. Oh, yes, right. He showed me some of his machines too. Big ones, small ones, pretty interesting stuff. He even got one of those new telephone booths somehow. Tell about the telephone booth. Oh, well, it's his magnum opus of sorts. Thing was supposed to bring his wife. Where did he get that booth? Focus. Okay. How is it going to bring back his wife? Well, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have worked. Tried telling him, but he wouldn't listen. These are the kind of things that happen when you don't listen to a wise grand warlock like me. It wouldn't have brought back his wife, Nora, was it? Yeah, that's the name. Well, it wouldn't have brought back Nora. It would have just brought back Nora. What does that mean? Okay. Katen produces a banana. Let's say, where did you get that? This is Nora. And now if Katen begins smashing the banana violently. That's him erasing her. Now, Jesus Christ. All that machine would have just done would have... Could you check if those anti-thermic things are working? Well, Katen begins attempting to reform the smashed banana. Now that's not Nora, is it? At least not the one we started with. If you're going to go against our terms like this, I'll have to conclude this interview. End log. Addendum. Several weeks after the discovery of SCP-4733 and Person of Interest 1851's corpse, a basket filled with various fruits and meat appeared on the doorstep of Person of Interest 1851's apartment. Attached to this basket was a note reading, "Hello, Dado is sorry for death. Dado experienced death too. He feel very sorry for the die he has caused, but hope that wife can read and be happy now. Dado see the die as opportunity. I hope wife feels same. Now early. Dado." Frowny face. Upon further investigation, the meats in the basket were found to be sourced from domesticated hamsters. Thank you for listening to SCP-4733, But Not Forgotten, by Deadly Bread and Lanius. If you enjoyed this SCP, please like and subscribe, and following in the description to the SCP Wiki, and vote up to support it and the SCP Wiki as a whole.